As the world heads into uncharted territory, business leaders are seeking a new perspective. The What Now, What Next podcast series features KPMG advisors addressing the issues that are of most concern now and in the near future. Today, I'd like to introduce Chris Marston and Young Kim. Team, as we begin, would you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Sure, Stacey. This is Chris Marston, and I lead KPMG's government advisory business.
This is Young Kim. I'm one of the lead partners for our largest federal healthcare clients.
So the very premise of ServiceNow technology is to provide people with the ability to continue working in situations just like what we're seeing. So this software is more important to organizations than ever, and from what I understand, it's got our teams working as hard as ever. As we kick off our conversation, Chris, as the leader of our government line of business, can you tell us how things have changed?
These are certainly unprecedented and uncertain times, and our clients are adapting as rapidly as they can. But clearly, like many organizations and businesses, most were prepared for the scale and the magnitude of what we're dealing with from a getting work done standpoint. And so I think the transition to telework for a lot of organizations has been a challenge, but they're working through it. Certainly we're working with them to help guide and implement an effective distributed workforce environment. But I think we're starting to hit more of a ops normal pace at this point, and clients have certainly adapted very well, and we've adapted right along with them, and we're working virtually side by side to further our projects and get things done.
Young, I know you've spent years working with one of the largest cabinet-level agencies in government. As situations are unfolding not only rapidly, but also continually, how are you seeing people respond during this time?
Yeah, great question, Stacey. As Chris mentioned, side by side with our clients every day, and we're expected to support them during normal operations, but we always talk about helping them during days or times of adversity, and we are definitely in that time of adversity. With one of our largest federal clients, we have been working with them, helping them modernize their HR platform, leveraging ServiceNow, and as the events got worse, they came to us and asked us if we leverage the platform to reach out to their 80,000 plus employees. So we pivoted from what we were doing today based on all the functionalities that we wanted to roll out. And we pivoted, and within 10 days, we were able to put a platform out there that the federal government agency could use to reach out to their clients. So it is a good example of helping our clients each day through normal operations, as well as during the time of adversity, Stacey.
As you've implemented this COVID-19 virtual command center, I'm curious to know how it's going.
We're very pleased to report that in the week or so that the platform has been up and deployed, Stacey, the client's been able to communicate bidirectionally to their 80,000 employees. We've seen over 12,000 hits to the portal. The client has been able to address over 50 specific questions, and in a fast-paced development, we're seeing no defects whatsoever, to a point where the client is looking to even improve upon the functionality, even for hopefully this short period of pandemic, to improve upon where the questions are coming from, so that the announcements and communications could be tailored specific to that sub-agency. So we're very happy to be able to support our clients in this manner.
Thank you for sharing, Young. I've been amazed at how your team has been able to help organizations quickly maneuver through this challenging time. While COVID-19 is a singular event, it's not likely to be the last disruptive event that we'll see. I recently heard it said that we have to create all-weather workforces in order to succeed. As we close out, what should our listeners be considering for the future? Is there a way that they can be proactive about creating both readiness and resilience?
As you mentioned, and as we've talked about, there's clearly difficult circumstances for all of our clients to work in. And I think what I would say is probably a little less to do with how we're responding to getting work done in this current environment, because I think we've settled in, at least in our space, we've settled into a mode where we can at least get things done over the next several months. I'm not sure that, especially for our clients, I'm not sure that they're set up for the long-term telework and distributed workforce at this point, but I think that's the opportunity, and it's the modernization of how we get work done moving forward. It's already evolving. I think companies like ours are well suited to go to a telework environment. Many of our professionals, certainly in our advisory business, work in a telework situation most of the time anyway. It's our clients, I think, that as they come out of this pandemic and getting work done during the pandemic, the things that we're starting to look at is how can we take advantage of the lessons that we've learned about our working environment, about access and the tools that we use to access each other, the mechanisms that we use to have effective distributed meetings and work and design sessions, things that usually are very high touch and personal and in the same room. Can we effectively get those things done when we're not in the same room? Because I think it really opens up and unlocks some real power of being able to deliver better answers, better results, better outcomes, in our case for our clients, and our clients' case for themselves, if we're able to access human beings in an effective way that are not necessarily all in the same room. And so I think there's a real opportunity for us to take a look back and take a hard look at the lessons that we learned during this time and how can we incorporate those lessons into the future of getting work done. This has opened a lot of folks' eyes to how we can effectively get things done when we're not all sitting around the same table together.
Chris Marston and Young Kim, thanks for making time to talk with us. I'm thankful for what you've shared. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us. We'll look forward to bringing you other insights from our KPMG advisors in the next edition of What Now, What Next. And in the meantime, you can check out the other podcasts in our series at visit.kpmg.us/COVID-19. Thank you.